He really listens to me, you know. Just because I'm blind, a lot of other companies immediately say, fine, we can do Braille as well. But there's just one thing. Like a lot of other blind people, I can't actually read Braille.
Apparently, I was out for the count on the living room floor. She must have wondered what she was walking into. But amazing, really. Somehow, she was able to find out what had happened to me.
So there I was in this strange town, and my phone keeps dying on me. And the only person who cares is 300 miles away.
There's a common thread that runs through everything we've ever done well at one-to-one. It isn't simply having the latest gizmo. It isn't being bigger or faster than our competitors, although we've had our fair share of being first, like with digital prepay, for example. No, it's more than all that. Behind everything we've done is the inspiration and indefinable quality of people. The people who've had the vision to create us, the people who saw the need for a network which focuses not on technology, but on human beings. The people who have coped with the growing pains experienced by any successful company. Today, we have a strong brand, and supporting it, we have the strength of T-Mobile International. But perhaps most important of all, when it comes to being the human face of mobile services, that ground is ours, and ours alone. The European market, particularly in Western Europe, has reached a point of maturation. We now have reached 70% penetration, so 7 out of 10 people in the UK now carry mobile phones. We have to orient our resources back from a pure external bringing on more customers, and instead we want to focus on the customers that we have. We have to use the technologies that we have to derive more value out of our existing customers. We are going to drive our business to make sure that we're delivering the best customer satisfaction in the industry. Number 1 is customer service, number 2 is the network quality, and number 3 is the value proposition that you have in the marketplace. One2one's already winning in value, we're already winning in customer services, and very soon we're going to have the best network in the business. The winners and the losers going forward are going to be those businesses that can make the change to the new environment the quickest. We're 4 boats that are coming into a turn. It's the boat that can tack out of it the quickest that is going to be the winner. And customers have to relate to what it is that you're offering to them. So whether it's a lottery application or whether it's a music application, with 2.5G you'll allow yourself to do even more things in a faster mechanism than you've ever been able to do. And 3G will allow video streaming and some elements that are just mind-staggering. All of these are applications that people can relate to and what they're already doing in their natural communications and what they're doing on a regular basis. You don't have to be a company to have a vision. You can have one yourself. Where, for example, do you see yourself in the future? With whom? Do you have something you'd like to have achieved? Have children, maybe? Rediscover learning. How about a trek around India? A vision is nothing more or less than where you want to be. But crucially, you won't be completely happy until you're working towards it. In the same way, we as a company must have a vision. It gives purpose to everything that we do. It channels our thoughts, our efforts, and our resources. And so what is our vision? It's simply this: to give our customers total freedom to move by providing the best customer experience in mobile services. So how will we do that? We'll listen to their every needs. We'll personalize our services so that they become second nature to them. We'll talk in a language that is completely natural. And finally, we'll do it all so well that leaving us never crosses their mind. Wherever they need us, they'll find no one is more human, more approachable, and more able to look after them than we are.
So yes, I think it's good that other companies provide Braille bills and so on, but it isn't any use to me.
We're determined to give the best customer experience to all our customers. With this in mind, we're focusing on a disability and arranging a team to listen to and to respond to their needs.
And I was amazed to discover that one-to-one were actually prepared to make a special call to me every month, just to tell me what my bill is. They give me all the detail, so I feel I can check it properly and make sure it's right.
This is all about seeing the customer as an individual, weighing up their needs and personalising our services towards them.
I think it's remarkable that such a big company will go to so much trouble. I know I can trust them, and that's rare these days.
Someone up there was looking after me. I just had our second child a few days before, and I was now back home. The community midwife was due, and thank God, Robbie, our 5-year-old, managed to let her in, because I certainly couldn't.
Apparently she was unconscious on the floor, and that wasn't the condition the midwife expected her to be in. So she rang for an ambulance before trying to figure out what was really happening. Then she remembered her PDA, and we've been trialling them with community nurses for some time now, and it enables them to access the health centre's intranet and the patient's records.
And using this phone screen thing, she was able to find out that I'm diabetic. Then, of course, everything else fell into place.
It was a dicey situation, but of course the key thing was to gain access to information. Her PDA brings together everything from voicemail and SMS to her schedule and information on drugs. So when it came to getting information about this patient, and quickly, that was straightforward.
It's the sort of thing that only happens when you're least able to deal with it. I'm in a strange town, and my mobile, which I desperately need, keeps cutting out.
So he calls in and explains his problem, and it's obvious that he needs a service centre, but he doesn't know where he is and he doesn't know any of the shops in the area, so it's time for us to put our detective hats on and find one for him.
I managed to give them the postcode I found in a phone box. From there, they were able to make a search of the area, and they came up with a service centre.
First I had to check the service centre to make sure they dealt with that model of handset. I also wanted to let them know about the customer's urgency.
It was the first bit of good news I had all day, and it got better. When I walked in, they knew my name, and they knew the problem they had to fix. And because they knew I was in a hurry, they had somebody there to do it, which they did.
Well, I thought that was the end of it, but it was great. He called back in to let us know how delighted he was with the service he'd received. Now that's the kind of call I like to get. It really gave my day a lift.
What you've been hearing there are real situations you might recognize, with a glimpse of the unlimited possibilities of our future. All of us are customers of dozens of different enterprises, from supermarkets to filling stations, clothes shops to airlines. Our vision is rooted in the experience we all like to feel as a customer. One-to-one must be trusted. That means making products that work right out of the box, services on the first click. And when we experience problems, we fix them immediately and make them history. If we accomplish this, we'll accomplish our vision. So what will we do differently? It's easy in theory, much more difficult in practice. The strategic imperatives will touch every single employee in the business, and that is what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. The spirit is about how we do things at one-to-one rather than what we're doing. Strategic imperatives are what, the spirit is about how. It's about taking decisions when you should take decisions, how that we interact with each other as internal customers, and deliver for the bottom line of the business. The Anytime Tariff is a perfect example of our brand values at work. Here's a very reasonable proposition, and it allows you to use your phone anytime, wherever you like. What the spirit of one-to-one and our brand values bring alive is the personality of one-to-one, and that allows us to deliver results in a different manner than any of the other businesses that we're competing against. Freedom to move means different things to different people. Freedom is such a powerful concept. For me, freedom means being accessible to my family, my young children every day. Freedom means being on a sailboat, if that's your ambition. Mobility gives you that freedom to do things that you never thought possible in places that you never thought possible. We understand our vision, we know where it came from, and we know why we need it. And you know who's going to make it happen.
All of us.
Me and you.
You and me. Me.
And me.
Everyone.
No exceptions, all of us.
You, me, her,
And him.